This video has been curated for the Vishwakarma scheme. The learners will be learned to use social media responsibly and securely. Safeguard mobile phones and data by using passwords, not clicking on suspicious links, and sharing data securely. They will be able to protect themselves from cyber frauds and scams.
In the novel 1984, George Orwell described a world where televisions, called telescreens, also had cameras in them to spy on the viewers. Your computer, or even your mobile phone, has all the hardware to be turned into a spying device just like a telescreen. Modern computers are designed so that the user of the device has control over the programs that run on the machine. But sometimes others try to take control of your computer or phone. Malicious hackers have been doing this since, well, at least 1984. The term for remotely taking over control of a computer is owning or pwning it. Here's how to protect yourself against such an intimate violation of your privacy. The most common way your computer can get owned is if you get tricked into running a program. That can happen if you click on an email attachment that appears innocent but is actually malicious. Malicious software is called malware. It can turn on your computer's microphones and broadcast your conversations. It can record your screen, watch what you type on your keyboard, copy files, and even insert false records. Malware is most often used for stealing passwords and identity theft, but it can be used for political purposes too. Activists opposing the government of Vietnam, Bahrain, Ethiopia, and other countries have received carefully crafted fake emails that took over their computers. China and the United States are also strongly suspected of using their own custom-made malware against users. So be very careful opening strange email attachments. One way to deal with a suspicious attachment from someone you know is to double check with them in person by phone, video chat, or instant message before you open it. You should also be cautious of clicking on suspicious web links. It's possible to infect a computer with malware remotely just by visiting a web page. If a link prompts you to install software, don't agree. And if your web browser or search engine warns you that a website might be malicious, hit that back button. A less common way that malware can own your computer is via USB or a Thunderbolt connector. By plugging in, attackers can copy over a malicious program or otherwise take control of your machine. The same goes for CDs and DVDs. This all may sound scary, but always remember that when it works correctly, your computer is designed to fend off these malware attacks. As long as we keep building computers so they are intended to be controlled by their owners, you'll have a chance to fight back against being owned. For more about malware and detecting remote attacks on your computer, check out the Electronic Frontier Foundation's Surveillance Self-Defense.
What is up guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to yet another interesting video, or rather I would say this will be a useful video for you guys, because in this video I'll be looking at some important privacy settings that you need to change on your mobile phone right now. Because as you guys know, these days data is really important. It's getting very important for a lot of things that we don't even come across, but the companies require those data to access everything that you have got. So they try to understand what you're trying to do, what the consumers want, and how they can target based on the political things, be it, or be it for the consumer related things, right? So let's not go deeper into that. The thing is, you have got some control on your mobile phone that you can change, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. I'll share you 5 important security tips that you need to change it on your mobile phone right now. Also guys, you may be aware of whatever apps that you are using, with or without conscious, you might have just tapped on that allow access to storage media or allow access to camera, or rather any stuff like that. But once you tap on that allow button, the companies can literally access your data, your personal stuff, your personal photos, and they can misuse it as well. So we just don't know what they are trying to do with that, right? So how to avoid that? So that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So before we begin this video, if you like these kind of videos, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to click on that subscribe button if you are new to my channel. Alright guys, then let's look at those important settings that you need to change. The first thing you want to do is to go to Google settings over here inside your mobile settings. The first thing is to turn off this ads personalization, right? Because if you just opt to the ads personalization, whatever data I've got, depending on that, it keeps recommending you the advertisements, right, which you don't want to do it because it accesses your data. So I have turned this off. Make sure you do that as well. That's the first thing. So the second important thing is to go to manage your Google account over here. Just tap on this one. Here you will find data and personalization. This is where everything gets interesting. As you can see, activity control, pretty much whatever you do on your mobile phone will be shown up here. So whatever you search, whatever you browse, whatever activity you do with the apps, everything that you do on your phone can be viewed over here, right? So depending on your preference, you can customize these things, but the thing is, what I am trying to say is, just go to this web and app activity. You can turn this on or entirely turn this off. So again, depends on your preference, but the thing is, make sure you don't tick these things, right? As you can see, I have turned this off, these two check boxes. So one is the Chrome history and activity from sites, apps and devices, which you don't want to turn it on. And there is also audio recording, because whenever you say okay Google and use the audio function, it records stuff, right? It may be for your better thing, because Google recommends better things based on what your input is, but the thing is, we just don't want them to give those access. So that is why you just disable this one. Also there is auto delete, turn it off, and there is manage activity here. Again, if you go over here, there are so many things that you can customize. So make sure, as you can see, whatever you do on your mobile phone can be literally viewed here, right? So if you don't want this to happen, make sure you turn this off. Also, just you can see location history, which is paused. Also YouTube history can be paused. Similarly, you just tap on manage your activity controls and make sure that you do that for all the other rest of the things as well. So again, that's really important. The next one is here inside the security. Again, there is two-step verification which you want to do it. So make sure you tap on this one and make sure this is turned on. Make sure your account has two-step verification all the time. Again, there are app passwords. So if you have saved on your account, you can view it over here. There are devices, your devices. So make sure you know the devices that are using your account. Otherwise, if you find any suspicious account over here, or mobile phones or any other devices, make sure you tap on that and remove access, right? This is again really important. Like this can show you whoever is hacking your phone without your knowing. So that's again an important thing over here. Also, people and sharing, what you're sharing with your friends or pretty much anybody over here, that you can also see it over here. So make sure you do it accordingly. So guys, another important thing is inside the settings, there is always this privacy thing. Which is like here, privacy, which is also a permission manager. So if you go over here, make sure you turn these to off. Send diagnostic data and receive marketing information, we don't want that. Also, if you tap on permission manager, this is like literally going to apps section and accessing the permission manager. You can do that as well on your phone. Now here, like what apps are using these functions? Let's say you have some apps that are accessing camera without your permission. So you can view it over here. Let's say we don't want this B612 to access my camera. So you can just go ahead and tap on deny. So again, depending on your preference, you can set this one. Let's say this Interphoto, this need not access my camera, right? So what I do is to tap on deny. So this is what you want to do with all those apps that you have like suspicious, or you just don't use it often. See, PowerPoint doesn't require camera access, so you can just go ahead and deny that. So this is the thing you want to do with your mobile phone as well. Make sure the apps that you are not using are denied.
Hi, today's quick tip: be cautious while posting photos online. The privacy policy may not protect information which you disclose via chat. Do not share your personal pictures or information such as your name, address, phone number while interacting with others online. Do follow these tips and be safe, stay safe.
Today's cybersecurity tip of the day: ensure to take backup of all important documents and data. It is a good practice to take backup of any important files as and when they are changed, and to do a full backup once in a week, fortnight or monthly basis. Always try to follow 3-2-1 backup mechanism. One copy of data on your local system, second copy of data on external storage, third copy of data in a paid cloud storage, so that you will have at least one backup even in case of any disaster happens. It also will help you to minimize the data loss.
Hi, quick security tip for you. Avoid clicking on links or transferring of files while chatting online. Cyber criminals often use chat platforms to trick users into clicking on links that appear legitimate but are designed to steal sensitive information like login credentials or financial details. Transferring files or clicking on the links can lead to unintentional expose of your personal information. Hope you follow this tip. Stay safe online. Have a nice day. Thank you.
In today's digital world, you can handle your banking, shopping, bills, and even secure a mortgage all on your mobile device. This is very convenient, but also opens doors to cyber criminals. As technology evolves, so do their techniques. It is important to identify the main methods of attack to help keep you and your identity safe online. Employers with Bring Your Own Device policies permit personal devices to be used for business use. Mobile device security is the practice of properly securing these devices to protect the data on them from being lost, stolen, or compromised, and it is critical to securing your organization's data. Because mobile devices are both convenient and portable, they are an easy target for attackers. Mobile devices are just as vulnerable as your computer. If your mobile device is compromised, the operating systems can be exploited, and network features such as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth can be used to intercept data, which also opens the door for attackers to use a device to force unauthorized dialing or SMS messages. Always ensure you use secured networks to transmit data. Another helpful tip is to disable Bluetooth and Wi-Fi when not in use. Now let's discuss how you can protect yourself and your data from cyber criminals. It is imperative to use the same caution on your mobile device that you practice when you're on your computer. Ensure you enable your device's security features such as passcodes and encryption. Lastly, but just as important, is to ensure when you are downloading apps that you confirm it is from a trusted source. Just like spoof sites designed to trick users into downloading malware or volunteering personal information, the app world has criminals lying in wait using phone applications to infiltrate as well. Education is the first line of defense against cybercrime. Better understanding of the risks and a little caution can protect you and your valuable data.
It is very often that we fall prey to cyber fraud. For some, the incidents might have not been too critical, but for some, it couldn't have been more terrifying. And cybercrime, specifically against women, is witnessing a persistent rise. Technological evolution is at its pace, and with this, the threat in cyberspace is also taking a toll on everyone's life. But there are still people who are unaware of such threats and feel skeptical to speak up in public or take action. To fight the evil of cybercrime on the ground, Cyber Peace Foundation has collaborated with National Commission for Women and has launched the 4th phase of the Digital Shakti campaign, a pan-India project on digitally empowering and skilling women and girls in cyberspace. In an exclusive conversation with PVNS, the founder of the Cyber Peace Foundation, Major Vineet Kumar, tells us more about the initiative.
I'll just try to start off with, like, this phase is going to be slightly different. Why? Because we are going more than awareness and prevention. This time we are going to focus on skills also, so that women can make use of the skills, make better use of the tech, because it's not just the problems. Problems is one thing, but every problem has a solution, and that also gives rise to a lot of startups and industry around it. So our idea is we'll focus on prevention as one bit of thing, because people need to know about prevention, what to do if something goes wrong. I mean, maximum cases here in India are still underreported. People don't report crimes, people don't go and report about the issues that they have. So that's one thing that we are going to do, making them aware about these things, making them aware about reporting and telling them, एक होता है ना टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में भरोसा जगाना, So that's what we are going to do. Tell them that this is important and technology is safe. It's a peaceful space which you can make use of, provided you responsibly use it. So empowering them, making them as a cohort of peacekeepers, ताकि वो जा करके they can go to villages, towns, smaller places, make people aware about safety in their geography. जिस language में बात कर सकते हैं, they can spread out and create a wider impact. So that's the aim. And like the other part is skilling, where like I mentioned, getting more women into cyber is extremely important today. Cyberspace, if you talk about the skill gap, there's a huge skill gap, and that's what women I feel can fill the space. And a lot of things are planned, like we also have a cyber parenting program for mothers, so that mothers can also be aware of cyber and they can teach the kids online. So it's like if the mother is aware, the entire family is aware. So that's what we are aiming. So a lot of things like that. So just to kind of collectively kind of address the problem that is there, and also highlight about the kind of possible scope that the cyber has in this space. It has been challenges out of various factors, but the positive aspect has been that the current government is kind of pushing, even the state governments have been pushing a lot on digital. Like Digital India is one of the key initiatives. Now the rollout 5G, and I mean the towns, smaller towns and villages are getting more and more connected today. So that push is there. But if you say in terms of their skills and everything, it's just a matter of time. So we have just started. Probably in the next 2 years we'll leapfrog, and you'll have more women who come out from the tier 3 and smaller towns and villages. Those will come out. As of now, the penetration has started, and we are doing fairly well, let me tell you, and we'll leapfrog in the times to come in the next 2 years. So it has been a challenge, hurdle for us out of various factors, like I mentioned. Like one of these things, even if a woman is victimized, that women doesn't speak up. They don't speak up as victims. They don't go to a local police station and report. Those are the challenges. So we have been working, my teams have been going to convincing them that if something wrong goes with them, they need to report. And where we are apprising them about different reporting mechanisms that are there on the platform, what is reporting.
And the issue doesn't have to be really big.
Yeah. You just need to speak up. So that is one thing that we are kind of working, ki aap bolo, chuppi todo, is a very important thing that we are doing. You need to kind of speak up about your issues. If somebody is kind of creating some problem for you, you need to inform about that culprit. And until unless you report, वो culprit को सजा नहीं मिलेगी. So that you should be very clear. You should be aware about different laws. आधी जनता को ये नहीं मालूम है कि ये भी crime है. That level we go. They don't understand, okay, this happened with me. I was not aware that this is a crime. So all that awareness generation, reporting, everything is happening together. And in next 2 years, you'll see the change. That's what I can assure you. We had the moderator who is a fighter and a Padma awardee. Now the thing is, if there's an issue with women, there are other stakeholders also who kind of can contribute in making the space peaceful. So there we have some men, and we have some technological experts. Like we have a cyber lawyer who is from the Supreme Court, who is an authority on anything to do with the cyber law, policies and all that. So we have got people from different walks of life who can kind of share their views, share how this entire space can be made peaceful for women, and we can have more women in cyber. So that's why the entire composition of the panel is such. I'm sure next time when we do the panel, we'll be able to skill more and more women, and we'll be able to get all women panel maybe next time. That's a good suggestion that I'll take it from you. And phase 5, I'll aim that we have an all women panel who specialize in different kinds of domains.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned with PVNS for more updates.
In the year 2015, the Indian population was more than 1 billion, with the youth comprising a vast part of the count. However, lack of education and proper training made the youth of this nation unprepared for employment. This lack of skill training resulted in us lagging behind other countries in terms of formal skill training. Something effective and urgent was the need of the hour.
अपने पांच बाहुबल के द्वारा, अपने उंगलियों के हुनर के द्वारा, अपने कौशल्य के द्वारा विश्व का हृदय जीत सके, ऐसे नौजवानों का सामर्थ्य हम तैयार करना चाहते हैं।
Therefore, Skill India took birth in 2015 with an objective of harmonizing various skill development initiatives across the country for better efficiency. With its heart in the right place, Skill India aimed at empowering the youth of India in spite of all the prevailing social and geographical differences. In the last 1 year, Skill India, led by Shri Rajiv Pratap Rudy, had covered a lot of ground in streamlining India's skill ecosystem and has really impressive figures to show for it. 1.04 crore people trained in 2015-16. 267 private skill training partners imparting training to over 80 lakh. Apprentice training increased by 15%.
12 years of school education is very important. लेकिन 12 वर्ष की शिक्षा शायद आपको रोजगार ना दिला सके, लेकिन 12 हफ्ते की ट्रेनिंग आपको रोजगार दिला सकता है, और यही माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का अभियान है।
Number of ITI institutes increased to more than 13,000 with a staggering 18.65 lakh seats on offer. A number of skill imparting schemes were initiated to give an opportunity to our citizens to showcase their skills on the world stage. Under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana scheme, financial assistance was provided to motivate young people to get skilled and earn a better livelihood. More than 19 lakh candidates were trained in the first year across 29 states and 6 union territories in over 500 job roles. MSDE entered into partnership with 14 central ministries like Railway, Defence, Health, Power, etc., under which numerous skill centers have been opened utilizing existing infrastructure. Our coverage. Our schemes were regulated nationwide and covered the entire country. Our accolades. And with the Indian contingent winning 8 Medallion of Excellence at the World Skills International Competition in Brazil, our resolve was further strengthened. Our global collaborations. Technical collaborations with countries like USA, UK, Canada, France, Germany, etc. helped us keep abreast of the best practices worldwide. In addition to this, Skill India has also ensured ISO 29990 validation standards for trainees, making them employable not only in India but overseas as well. Today, as we speak, Skill India is well on its way to fulfilling the dream of making India not just an empowered but also the skill capital of the world.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.
Huh?